Well, hello everyone. Here we go again for another Paul McNally reprise show. And we're doing this one ahead of the Saturday's away game at Widnes in the Northern Premier League, pitching in Northern Premier League Division 1 West. So here we are with Paul again. Afternoon, Paul.
All right, Paul.
Hello, Paul. And let's get straight into it, minus the formalities. Big game, another one. They all are. This is one of those, in theory, relegation 6-pointers or something of that nature. We're 8 points clear of Widnes currently. I think they've got 1 or 2 games in hand or whatever. It's a big game.
Yeah, look, as you've just said, they're all big games, aren't they? The last 2 games we've played were big games, really. Just we never capitalised on a momentum that we had previously. So it makes this game now a bit more imperative that we've got to pick up points, whereas if we'd have done it in the last 2 games, it might not rest on this game, do you know what I mean? So we've got to go there, we've got to win. Ends off, we've got to win, and they'll be thinking the same, they've got to win, and hopefully it'll be a game where they come at us. And if that's the case, if they sit in and they try and defend and just hope for a draw or try and counter-attack, then it's going to be a very boring game because they've got to win, haven't they? So why not attack us, get at us, and let's see what we can do. But like I say, they've got to win, and we've got to win. So it's similar to the Ramsbottom game, if I'm honest, the scenario there. Although not as dangerous as that one was, do you know what I mean? Because that was a bit of a squeaky bum time for everyone all associated, wasn't it? Only this time we've cut ourselves a little bit of slack in the gap that we've opened up. But it's still important. It's a derby, it's a local derby. There's, not for myself, but there's a little bit of bragging rights, isn't he, as such, do you know what I mean? A previous manager, he'd be wanting to put one over on us, and he'd be wanting to put his team on it. So we'll be looking to stop that from happening.
Yeah. You're right, Michael. There is that added element. Michael Ellison, our ex-manager, is now the manager of Widnes, and also 1 or 2 players. I can't think off the top of my head. I don't know, Stephen Rigby's still there.
Yeah, Will Jones.
Oh, Will Jones, of course.
Will Jones, George Hassel.
George Hassel, Tom Stevens from the previous regime. So there is, but look, it's like that with all these local derbies, isn't it? Yeah. We're not sitting here going, oh, they used to be our players, like I say another club did recently, as if no one's ever moved between local clubs around here. But, there's always going to be that connection. I'm sure we've got some ex-Widnes players, haven't we, who are looking to do the same thing.
The area that we're in, they're all going to play for one club, if not 3 or 4 clubs, aren't they, in the area? That's just how it is. Good players are always wanted by all the clubs, and it's very rare, that you get one player who just plays for the one club and none of the others, do you know what I mean? Which, no. It's very rare, so...
Yeah, they're all going round and round, aren't they? And look, hopefully we find that one player, whoever it is, who arrives at us motivated, it slots into your way of thinking, blah, 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 and, it's a better sort of performance for that particular player. But it's another derby. We've had a load of them lately. We've done quite well in them, actually. I know, just watching Michael Ellison's interview after their defeat last week at Newcastle, or at home to Newcastle, and to say he was angry was an understatement. It was expletive laden, and he wasn't a happy man. So he implied that he was going out and trying to get some more people in this week in terms of this game. They don't seem to.
Another expert playing for them, Conor McCarthy.
Connor, of course. Yeah.
Sorry, Connor, I forgot about you, mate.
Yeah. and if I can, Paul, just to clarify, I think an announcement came out that they signed him from us as if Connor had left us and joined them. Connor was released, nice lad and all that, not quite up to fitness when we released him, when you took over back in, what was that, September? September. So Connor hasn't been with us. He's been with Lower Breck for the last sort of 4 or 5 months. It just so happens that we, as the nature of the admin, we held his NPL registration.
He's been doing well for Lower Breck when I've watched him. He's been doing well. He's got his fitness up. So he'll be a dangerous animal.
He's a danger.
We know that. We know that.
And he's a hell of a nice lad. Connor has lots of ties with us. But fair enough. He'd probably line up against us on Saturday. But looking at the table, I mean, these have got quite a good home record. They're 14th for being a home team. I don't even want to say what I'm about to say. They don't seem to score a lot of goals. Why the fuck have I just said that? Sorry, why have I just said it? They don't seem to score a lot of goals. But, of course...
He's picked up wins since Michael's been there in charge, and they've been at home, a lot of them. So he's doing something right on that front, and we're going to go there and pay them the due respects. And we know that it'll be tough. We know that they're comfortable in that ground. It's a big wide pitch, and they've got a certain way of playing on it that they'll be used to, and hopefully we can come away with the points. And like I say, there'll be no animosity from us. We go there, we show them the respect, and it's just about 3 points again. As I stated in every derby that we've played, it's just about, can we win it and get local bragging rights.
Yeah, and it's just occurred to me, actually, I've started this off on the pre rather than the re, haven't I? I've done preview rather than review. So that's a big game Saturday. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff in the big stadium at Widnes there. Liverpool are playing. I think Liverpool are playing 12:30. Everton are playing 3. If you want to come along, anyone who's listening to this and support the Perps, that'd be great. It's a good facility to go to.
Posh ground. It's a posh ground, isn't it?
Ground. I'm sure it's good for the players, but you know, it's a bit cold and windy and a bit bereft when there's only like... It's not
their fault, the club's fault. It's a big ground that no one at our level would be able to fill, would they? I think it holds 12,000 or something like that.
I think it's a bit more than that. But whatever it is, you're not getting it at this level.
It's a massive ground that, like you say, it's just that they're in there, and it probably brings other teams on to spare them and play at the ground. We've played there a few times ourselves and that, and you kick on, you see the scoreboard there, you see the ground, the big ground, changing rooms with boss, the stands. Yeah. And it probably adds an extra 10 or 20% to the opposition. So I probably, from that point of view, I pity them a little bit. You only feel a little bit sorry for them on that, but I won't on Saturday.
No. Okay, have we got any injury sort of updates?
Adam Hughes is still struggling. We'll assess him tonight at training. Liam Hollett's still struggling. Trying to think off the top of my head. The keepers are both Podger's back training. He's been back training Tuesday, Thursday. No, that's it. Everyone seems near enough fit. You know what I mean? Relatively fit. Yeah. Got no major concerns. Only them two at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we now back to front. Let's review the 2 games last week, which was Glossop home, an unbelievable 3-0 defeat. And then 1874 Northwich, 2-1 home reversal. Both of the games, in my opinion, really destroyed by the weather. In fairness, Glossop, again, my opinion, they handled the conditions much better than us. But the conditions on Saturday were beyond the playing of football. And, you know, we can see there's a penalty in the 80th minute or whatever. It could have happened to anyone at any time, at any moment. You know, we didn't deserve to lose that game on anyone's books.
I think a draw probably would have been a fair result, but I thought we were attacking in the second half. We had a lot of the ball. We controlled the game, which I didn't expect in that half. I was expecting the same as the Glossop, because it was the same situation. We got spun around, we lost the toss, we got spun around, so we went with the win first. We were against it the second half, and I was anticipating a bombardment, and it never come.
No.
And all credit to the lads. They played the football, they were getting the ball down, they were getting in areas. Misfortune that obviously the cross was hit Jack's arm. It is a penalty. I've seen it back again, it is a penalty. Jack's arm's just come up, and like I say, he's give it, the linesman's give it straight away. He hasn't given the other one on Danny Mitchley, the other end, so it's just that little touch of luck sometimes, and maybe if we just swung a little decision earlier on in the first half, second half, who knows, we could have got something. If we'd have got that second goal, I think we would have went on to win, which is stating the obvious, but I just felt that. But I was disappointed because, like I say, it felt it was points dropped, and it felt the same against Glossop, although I will take my hat off to Glossop. I thought Glossop were outstanding in the second half. First half, they caused us trouble against the win, but the second half, I thought they were perfect in how they played. They were aggressive on the front foot. They pressed us really high. We couldn't get out, even if we went long. And they had the personnel on that day that dictated that they were so physically stronger on that day. look, it's a lesson that we need to learn, that maybe when you're winning the toss or you're losing the toss, you've just got to get your goals in as quick as you can and maybe defend resolutely, do you know what I mean? But no one can legislate for them type of conditions, do you know what I mean? Especially Saturday, like I say, but it's just about putting points on the board, isn't it? And that's it. That's all it was about. Yeah. And considering that this is how football changes so quickly, in the space of a week, we were on a high. We were 5 games, weren't we? And then suddenly,
bang,
gloss up Northwich, and we're a bad team again. Yeah. Suddenly, overnight, everyone's saying we're a bad team. So
we're looking downwards again.
We know we're not. I know we're not, and I think everyone in the club knows. But that's the inconsistencies of why we're down there. And we've just got to eradicate that and start putting a few 5 or 6 performances together and see where we take us with that, and just keep moving on.
And that starts tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know what the weather's like. I don't know whether there's any kind of postponements or anything in the air. I wouldn't have thought so on that ground, but some of the grass pitches over the weekend, I would think if this sort of icy blast carries on, could be at risk. I don't think that will be at risk, but you never know, do you?
I can't see it being at risk myself. I think the game at Christmas, just before Christmas, every game was near enough off, and they were at home and theirs was on. So, and it was snowing then, so I'd imagine that, yeah, they'll be on regardless, and they'll be doing their utmost to get it on, because they might be smelling a little bit of blood. They've seen that we've just got beaten our last 2 games, so they might think it's the perfect opportunity. And they'll also remember, we can't go into it too overconfident, because the last time we played them, we beat them, and they'll be wanting to put one over on us. So there's a few elements there that we have to be on our guard about.
I think quite often, as you look back at that game, okay, yeah, we won quite comfortably, but it's almost a different Widnes team. We've got some changes as well in our squad, but I mean, virtually half a different team there.
It's not the same team, is it? Do you know what I mean? There's probably about 2 or 3 players left in it, maybe not even that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So Elo's reformed that team to what he wants. Do you know what I mean? I'm still in the process of doing that, and we've had similar time in the job. Do you know what I mean? But it's probably he needed to do that a bit quicker than what I did. So, and that's just what we needed to look at. So I'm still trying to not overhaul the squad. I'm just trying to look through it and evolve it. That's the correct word I was looking for. Evolve it, not overhaul. Yeah. Evolve it and push us in the right direction, and looking as far as we can and getting this season to where we need to be, and then phase 2 begins then in the summer.
All right, Paul. Well, we're making a quick one. I realise you've got quite a lot on tonight. Yeah, we won't say what it is, but we'll leave you to it. Thanks for joining us again, and here's to 3 points on Saturday, or any kind of positive result we'll take. And good luck. Thanks, Paul. Thanks. Okay, see you, everyone.